Hi, welcome back. So today we're going to take a look at two brand new styles from Jon Renau. We're going to take a look at Olivia and Ava. Okay, so these are two brand new styles that have just come out from Jon Renau. This longer one is Olivia, and she is in the 12 FS12 Malibu Blonde. And then I also have a shorter style, Ava. And Ava is in a color that I'm not familiar with. I don't know if this is a brand new color, but this is the, excuse me, 6RH12. And the name of the color is Espresso Latte. So really, really pretty. So we'll talk about her in just a moment. These wigs were provided by Shirley's Wig Shop. Shirley has a really great private Facebook group called Shirley's Wig Shop Hair's Looking at You Kid. There'll be a link in the description box for you to join. There will also be links for you to shop these two wigs at shirleyswigshop.com, and you will get a 30% discount. Look at the cap construction first, because this is why I chose to put these two together in the video, because they have the same cap. So both of these have a full mono top with an extended smart lace front, soft ear tabs with a metal stay, hand-tied cap, fully hand-tied as you can see. It's a little extra stretch in this middle panel, extended nape with Velcro adjusters. And both of these have regular synthetic fibers, so they are not heat friendly. I'll show you Olivia. She just has a beautiful little tiny subtle wave going through her. Very, very pretty. Okay, so she has a few layers. She does have a long bang layer. I'll tell you the measurements in just a moment. And then she goes into these longer layers. So a little bit of layering on the sides as well. So just really, really a pretty style. So let me show you this extended lace front. Extends down to here. And then she has this full mono top. So you can part it wherever you'd like. I've got great coverage at the ear tabs. So the fit on both of these is the same. It is fitting me good ear to ear, but it's long. The ear tabs come down long enough where I have really, really good coverage, as you can see. So I'm 11 ear to ear. This is an average size cap, so I would expect it to fit the way it's fitting me for a average size hand-tied cap, because they tend to run a little smaller. So I've got extra room back here in the back of the cap, which I would expect with my petite measurements. I'm 13 forehead to nape. And then in the circumference, I did not feel like I need to bring in the adjusters. But if you have a smaller circumference than I do, you could bring them in. I think there's a little bit of room left where they could be let out as well. But there's plenty of stretch in the circumference. So this should, fit average and at least like 22.5. So Olivia's measurements are 8 inches here in the front. So that's that bang layer right there. And then we go to 14 to 14.25 inch sides. So a little bit of layering. 15 inches from the crown and 12.5 inches at the nape with a weight of 5.2 ounces. Okay, so let's take a look at this beautiful color. So this is the 12 FS12 Malibu Blonde. Beautiful Jon Renau color. Now remember, these are regular synthetic. They're not heat friendly, so there's going to be a little bit more shine in this studio light. The sheen of regular synthetic fibers can easily be brought down with powder, cornstarch, dry shampoo, things like that. You can get, the sheen out of these. So I wanted to feel around, just feeling what felt like a little pillowy permatease, but it isn't. I didn't think there was any permatease anywhere, but before I do the color, I just want to do a quick permatease check. No, not feeling any permatease, which is really, really nice. Okay, so Malibu Blonde is a light gold brown, light pale, natural gold blonde blend that is shaded with a light golden brown. So a light root, and I will show you these colors in all the different lighting. So I consider this one to be neutral, leaning just a little bit warm. There is a pale blonde going through there, as you can see, but it does have gold in it. So it does have a little bit of warmth in it, but it's not like super warm, like a yellowy blonde. So Here we are in window light, so you can see it doesn't look as shiny. There's not as much light bouncing off of it, so you can see the light brown root. The color under my patio cover, I'm getting some glare. You can see how light that root is. Forgive the yard guy noise. It happens every time I film. I just can't help it, so. We'll show you some quick styling and then we'll move on to the other wig. She does flop in the face, as you can see, so she's gonna need probably some low heat, you know, a little work on that. As you can see, I keep having to push her back out of the way. So, but very easy to tuck behind the ears. So that's nice. So I like to do that just so I can show y'all the glasses, but the glasses go on really easily. They'll go up on your head, no problem. And then a headband is a great way to keep synthetic fibers out of your face. Whoops, I'm gonna push the wig back, hold on. So that's an 8-inch layer in the front, so it will stay back in a headband. And then you could also, you know, put a scrunchie in, like if it, you know, we're getting into fall and winter, windy season, you know, just to maybe, if you're gonna be outside, you could hold that back. But you can also pull this layer out, you know, this bang layer out if you want to. So. Okay, and then she'll go half up, half down. She'll go in a ponytail. You know, she's got plenty of versatility for styling. But again, you're gonna have to work on that bang a little bit. I know there's some tools now that you can use. I still recommend low heat because I don't want anybody ruining their wig and coming back at me and saying, hey, I ruined my wig, it's your fault. But I just haven't tried those new tools that you can use supposedly on regular synthetics. So I don't have any experience with them, but I have heard from others that they exist, but I would still do, you know, just low heat personally. Okay, so she goes in a ponytail. Really, really cute. Okay, I'll pop Ava on. This is Pretty Little Ava, and this is the color 6RH12, which is Espresso Latte. Adorable short style. And beautiful color. I love this brunette. It's so pretty. 6 base, so a little bit, you know, darker medium brown, but she is just absolutely the cutest. Just great. Got a little loop back there. Great movement, you know, just enough layering to give her really nice movement, very natural looking. So I really, really love that. So she has the extended lace front. Again, the smart lace front, as I showed you earlier, that goes all the way down to the ear, you know, into the ear tab here. So gives you true, you know, temple to temple, really nice coverage. And then she also has the full mono top, so you can choose wherever you would like to part. Face flopping a little bit as well, as you can see. So she'll need a little work with the blow dryer and the low heat as well. And then great coverage at the ear tabs. Fit is the same as it was on Olivia. So a little bit of extra room on me, forehead to nape, but fitting quite nicely. So I think that, you know, these hand-tied ones are gonna run just a little bit on the smaller side of average. I'm not sure that they're going to work for, you know, 23 inches and up. I'm also not feeling permatease in her either. These are being advertised as being very natural and very low density, so I don't expect to find permatease. Okay, so here are her measurements. 8 inches in the bang, so you do have that bang layer if you wanted to cut in, you know, cut that shorter. 7.75 inch sides, oh, excuse me, crown, 7.75 inch crown, 5.5 inch sides, and then 2.5 inches on the nape. And then the weight on her is 3 ounces. This gorgeous color is the Espresso Latte, so that's 6RH12. Is this a new color, y'all? I don't remember this color. When I saw it on this collection, I was like, oh, I want to try that one because I've never tried it. And If it came out a while back or something, I missed it. But love that there's a new brunette, because there's always new blondes, it feels like. And I know for those of you who wear brunettes, you feel very limited. So this is just an absolutely gorgeous one. So I would say that it is pretty neutral. You know, it is a little bit darker, but we're going to see when we go out in the sun that it looks lighter than, you know, it does in here in the studio light. But just an absolutely gorgeous, very natural looking brunette with just a very subtle highlight. So their description is that it is brown with 33% light gold brown highlights. So just a little bit of a highlight in there gives it some dimension. Really love that. Here's the knots up close. Knots look nice. Here we are in window light. So you can see that just subtle, lighter brown going through there, light golden brown. So here we are under my patio cover. You can see that beautiful highlight. Just gives it dimension. It's really pretty. We'll step into the sun. Okay, so she, again, is very easy to tuck behind the ears, no problem. That is actually one way that you could wear her. Since she's shorter, you know, she's not going to have as much styling versatility, but these short styles, of course, are cute all by themselves, aren't they? Okay, so glasses are super easy. Go up on your head, no problem. And then another way that's fun to style a shorter style is with a headband. That looks really cute. And again, like when you're working on training the face swapping, headband is a great way to do that as well. So, and very gentle on your fibers. That's cute. Really cute. Okay, so what was that side? 5.5. That's not gonna hold back in the back. So you could put a clip, you know, like behind the ears on one side or on both, and clip it back like that if you wanted to. But as far as, you know, it's not going to hold, hardly any hair is going to hold. I think no hair is going to hold, honestly, if you put it back like that. Now, I do think you could also play with her and maybe a little product, you know, texturizing paste or some kind of, whoops, I pulled her back, you know, and feather her back and things like that as well. So, and then you could also just wear her pulled off the lace front. And that might be a choice. That's kind of what I've been wanting to do with her, because it has been flopping in my face since it's brand new right out of the box. You know, just clip it back with a little clip like that, and that looks super, super cute too. So I want to thank Shirley's for sending these wigs to review for you all. There'll be purchase information, those links that I talked about, in the description box below, as well as a link to join Shirley's great Facebook group, the Shirley's Wig Shop. Here's looking at you, kid. So I thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and until next time, don't forget, you're absolutely beautiful. Bye-bye.